Cipher for a while now. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to publicly ask you what are your thoughts after joining? It's about a few weeks now, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so how was it? How was it like joining Cipher? Working remote, working with the team. Yeah.
Okay, so I think one of my main reasons for joining the team was, of course, the vision of Cypher, and then of course where we are headed towards was very attractive to me, lah. Right? So working with the team so far, it's been amazing. Working remotely here in Singapore, I think yeah, I think the team and the vision and the things you guys are doing are absolutely amazing, lah, right? And I see the progress day by day, and wow. I never like it's very hard to put into words, but it's like sort of a dream for me to be a part of a game and also a part of a NFT gaming company at that. So I'm feeling overwhelmed lah at this point, right? So
That's
many
awesome.
more things to come and many more things to come, and we got a long way to go. But I'm glad to be a part of the team. Yeah.
That's awesome, and we're super happy to have you on board as well. I think having you as a deputy mod has been great. I think all the
Thank you.
operational
Thank you.
stuff, the community is really appreciative that taking a lot of pressure off Peekaboo so he can focus on like making memes. Oh wait.
Making memes.
So yeah, that's been great. Okay, so then my next question is, okay, so you're
Mhm.
in Singapore, and I know Singapore just recently went to lockdown again. Um,
Uh-huh.
so so how is that like, man?
So it's like a mini lockdown, right? So some people, I mean, of course, we can still dine out. It's like two people can dine out, but most of the unvaccinated people are in sort of a lockdown right now. So for me, after my first vaccine, I had a small allergic reaction, so I couldn't take my second vaccine. So I'm under
Mm,
the area umbrella of unvaccinated. So therefore, it's kind of hard for me, lah, right? I can't
mm,
dine out with my friends at all in that case. So,
mm,
but however, working remotely, of course, we have all adapted to the situation over the past 2 years, right? So,
mhm,
for me, working remotely is very comfortable, and I can always chat with my friends via Zoom. So to me,
mm,
it's fine. Yeah.
mm. That's good. I think Vietnam is we're finally coming out of lockdown for where I live in Ho Chi Minh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow, companies are back at work. But yeah, I hope we're not gonna have like a Singaporean case because I think the number of infected will spike up anyway, right? The moment you open up,
Mm-hmm.
you're guaranteed to have an increase in infection. So yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
we can learn from Singapore and be a bit more prepared. But fingers crossed, right?
They're already opening up vaccinated air travel lanes actually. So, I
Mm,
was just talking to Pete the other day, and he mentioned that he was going to come over to Singapore and visit me and
cool,
Aurelion. Yeah, so
cool,
looking forward to
cool.
that as well.
Yeah,
Are you
speak
coming
speak
over to
about
Singapore if there's a chance?
yeah, speak about visit for sure, man. I mean, I think we'd love to come to Singapore. We love Singapore. We always go there like at least like 3 times a year, my family.
Uh,
But more importantly, once this whole COVID is over next year, I would love to host all
mhm.
the Cypher community in Vietnam. I think that would be so awesome. Um,
Oh
getting
yeah,
getting all the
yeah, yeah,
community
okay.
here. Mm.
I think there's
So
definitely going to be in real life events going to be prep, right? But however,
for sure.
we also need to consider some COVID restrictions as well. So need to
Hmm.
be very careful with that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
those are definitely
but
in the pipeline,
but
lah. Mm.
trust me, and Alan. We have experiences hosting big parties, so you guys don't worry.
Uh-huh.
So we have
Oh, that's
some
great.
pretty awesome parties and music and and shows. So yeah, don't worry about there. All right. Well, I think that's enough
Nice.
bantering.
Yeah.
Crip, back to you, man. Back to you.
Thank you, Tin. So, of course, guys, welcome to the AMA this evening. Glad to have you all here. So, before we start on the official questions in our email channel, of course, we had some excellent questions over the past few days. I would like to start, Tin, by asking you a few questions of clarity, right, on my
Sure.
side, before
Mm-hmm.
we move on to questions from the community.
Mm,
First of all, I think recently we noticed there are a few guilds coming in. So, of course, you are aware as well. So, my question is actually, how are we incoming guilds? How are we welcoming them, and how
mm,
will we work with them?
mm, mm. Um, Yeah, I'm firstly I'm super excited and happy that they're coming in. They're all great guilds, very successful. They have a large community of players and fans.
Mm-hmm.
So with them coming in, it just shows me that Cipher is slowly getting the recognition that as an NFT game. And I think we cannot be successful if we don't have them supporting us. So I'm very happy with that. And how we plan to work with them is very closely. We actually have a task force led by a team of three.
Mm-hmm.
So Alan and Justin and Peak are actually spearheading that, working with each and every individual guilds, making sure they're well set up, making sure they have all the right characters to start playing the game when the game is out. Making sure that
Okay.
we're getting all the tools ready for them, all the the system in place and things like that. So, yeah, for sure, we will welcome them with open arms, and I would love to hear what advice or I get advice that they have for us, so that we can prepare Cipher much better the moment the game is ready.
Great, thanks, Din. So leading up from guilds, of course, what is the state of the current NFT gaming market right now, actually? And of course,
Mm,
the rise of gaming, which is powered by blockchain. Where do you see it
yeah.
going?
Yeah. So on the topic of guilds, right? We see a lot of guilds are also being formed, and guilds are
Uh-huh.
fundraising. So recently, you probably saw that I invested in Merit Circle, which is it's a big Axie guild that they just basically pivot to become their own entity. Um,
Uh-huh.
and, so yeah, I know the founder there. Like he's a great entrepreneur, great guy, and so I got the opportunity to invest there because I fully believe in the future of blockchain gaming, and guilds is a like a foundational part of it. So regarding to blockchain gaming, I think we're so early again. I think there are so much we can do. So many new innovative game companies can come out. The market is massive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very foolish to look at NFT gaming as just NFT gaming. We should look at it as just gaming in the whole category, and
Yeah, okay.
and then NFT gaming companies should like unite, should like support one another, and just go and try to upend and fight with the industry giants that are or the massive gaming company. And I think yeah, it's just never a better time to be invested in gaming companies, to be backing gaming startups, to be backing NFT gaming. I think the time is great.
Great, thanks, Din. So before, of course, before we move on to the next question, we recently see a lot of XE members coming in as well to support us. Anything to say to them?
Wow. Firstly, thank you so much. I think they're a great community. The Axie community is one of the best gaming community there is. And having them, share their love to Cypher is amazing. So we thank you for that. And, we welcome you with open arms. We would love to make Cypher community, a place for you, like a home for you. And if there's anything that you can advise us on improving to make it better, please let our team know, let our mods know. There's a feedback channel. And yeah, I mean, I think people deserve to play multiple games. I don't play
Mm.
one game. Do you? You probably play multiple games. So
I
I
have
think,
nine in my desktop at the same time, so yeah.
so there you go. I think people are gonna be so happy playing multiple games that suit their mood and that suit their needs. So yeah, I'm so happy that they're here, and thank you for that.
Thanks, Din. So next question. I'm hearing some chatter about a Cypher offline event next year. Can you elaborate more on this?
Yeah, so we briefly touched that, right? I think by next year, hopefully, this whole COVID thing is a bit more well managed, and there's like vaccine passport. So when
Mm-hmm.
I hope by towards end of Q2 or maybe Q3, we can do like a real life event, like a Cipher real life event on a yearly basis. The first event I think will be in Vietnam or maybe in Singapore. I'm not sure, but it will be a meetup. It will be a meetup. It will be a showcase. It will be like a play together, player
Mm.
feedback session. Talk to the devs or like talk to the art team. Like art signing ceremonies, yeah, like all this, yeah, I really want to make like a really nice event for all of us here to come and finally meet face to face. I've seen so many familiar Discord member, and I would love to meet them face to face and just say hi and have a drink, have a beer. I think that's awesome.
Great, looking forward to it. Thanks. Okay. Next question is on merchandise, of course. Any news on merchandise for holders, Tin?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
do you
lost
hear
you.
me? Oh, sorry. Any news on merchandise for holders, Tin?
Right. Yeah, we so Alan again is the head on this one. He's working hard with a couple of really cool merch design companies. They're working on some great designs on the basics like tees, like t-shirts or caps, hoodies, and I think we'll have some designs mock-ups sent over to us, production mock-ups. And once we're happy with
Mm-hmm.
that, we're gonna start like ramping up a website that can allow our holders to basically to redeem these merch for free, and then you can have your Cipher swags, wearing it on the weekends, go to work with it. We'll love to see you guys post like on Instagram and tag us, or on Twitter and tag us. I think that's awesome. So I think that's still like I think at least a month to or like a month and a half away. But yeah, stay tuned.
Oh, a month and a half is actually quite fast. You mentioned for free. Can I clarify on that? So I can just go to the website and just click on it and it'll be delivered to me. Is that
Yep,
correct?
you just get for free, but you
Wow.
gotta pay you gotta pay shipping because it depends on where you are. Um, so
Mm.
all you do is pay shipping, and yeah, if you're a Cipher holder, you have like certain quota, right? Like say one package for per NFT, and you can just order it, and then depends on the production company. It might take them, I don't know,
Mm.
2, 3, 4 weeks to get it to you, but yeah, then you get it.
Wow. Thanks. Looking forward to wear some Cypher gear, I guess.
Oh yeah, me too, me
uh, how,
too. I cannot wait.
how about music albums? I'm hearing about music albums as well.
Yeah, so again, man, like Alan is nonstop, right? He's working on some artists on exclusive Cypher lo-fi soundtracks that are again free drops to our holders, that they can just listen to the music, and own a copy of it. So I'm not sure what's the progress there, but so far from the tracks I've heard is super
Yeah.
cool. It's like lo-fi is chill. You can listen to it while working or traveling, commuting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Of course, music is a huge part of games as well, right? So, wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Looking forward to it as well. Uh, Recently, of course, Gabby from YGG talked on Proof podcast that he doesn't buy collectibles, even some of them, even if they are nice looking, because he wants to buy and hold productive NFT assets forever. What's your
Mm.
view on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a correct view. There's no single correct view, or like there's no like black and white. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on your horizon and your view on things, right? I mean, a lot of people buy PFP, collectible project just because it looks nice and they want to buy it, which is fine. Like, I mean, I think that's perfectly fine, and we should own great art if we like it. But in Gabby's view, I think he has a point in a sense that he believed in the whole new movement of the future of gaming and earning, right? So that's why to
Mm-hmm.
him all these NFT game assets are productive assets. Basically, it produce a yield, right? It produce a so-called like income, right, for the player and for the owner. So for him, he's all in that, and I think he's not wrong because it's for sure it's a movement and it's here to stay. Case in point with all the guilds being formed and all the companies being formed. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Cipher fits perfectly with that, and we're talking to, YGG is one of the guild we're talking to very closely, among with other great guilds and with like Merit Circle and so on. So yeah, there's some cool announcement that will come over the next few weeks. So yeah, I think you guys will be happy to hear it.
Yeah, let's not spoil too much on the announcements, yeah, because it'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
pretty big.
Let's
Okay,
hope
let's move
so.
on to, yeah. Sorry again?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's move on to AMA questions then. I think the community is excited to get some questions answered. Let's start off with Chobit, right? So he's asking, how's the progress on the dungeon crawler, and will there be a all girl mode AMA to fit the theme of the female Neko?
So the dungeon crawl is going good. We just finished how do I say the some of the characters, the bosses. We got a build going that we can sort of test and move around and play, but nothing we can show the community yet. So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Still a while away. Regarding the old mods, old female mods AMA, yeah, I'm all for it. You know, if you guys can convince our beautiful mods to come and talk, I mean, I would love to hear it. So please go and tag them and peer pressure them.
If you guys can, yeah, convince me as well, right? I will set it up with a few of my female wards. Yeah, Tin?
There you
Let's do
go.
it. Next question, Tin. Of course, there's a good master program. Falcon is asking, it's an excellent program and needs to be included in the game lounge. Think of it like a start service in Z Run. So we'll just leave our Inu, Neko, Tori for hire, and people can play whenever the price instantly split among the lender and scholarship. Can we do that?
Uh, I think that I mean I think that is one of the feature where we have in our roadmap, an internal roadmap that we are exploring to do. Regarding the UI, the UX of it, we're not sure how it'll be on whether it's in game or it's on like a website, but there'll definitely be a solution for you to basically make your assets productive. Let's put it that way.
Okay, great. Another question from Falcon. When spaceship?
What spaceship? Yeah, we're working hard on the spaceship, you know, parts and design. At the same time, we're still exploring all these side chains and are more like monitoring it actually to see which projects are launching on which side chains using a similar mechanic that can solve our problem because we don't want to just do it and then keep changing the tech stack.
I see,
So
yeah. Mm.
yeah, so we're still careful and exploring. We got some test contracts working on Polygon. We're working on Immutable X, but again, it's a bit difficult because the team is also quite focused on setting up like some other big clients. So we don't have all the supports there yet. Um, so yeah, I
Mhm.
mean we're still exploring to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, great. I think that actually answered our next question because Hey Dang is asking, will Cypher move to Polygon or any other EVM compatibility chain or layer
Mm.
2 for cheaper tax fee?
Yeah, yeah. So just to add to that, right? I mean, Polygon is a serious contender when it comes to making sure that our transactions are cheap and affordable. Because in the game, you know, we envision people just gonna be crafting, selling, upgrading characters, and doing a ton of things. So if it's
Mm-hmm.
all gonna cost like Ethereum gas, you know, the game is not sustainable for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we're very concerned about that, and we definitely are exploring Polygon seriously. But also there are other side chains too, like Avalanche or again Immutable X. So we don't have a set solution yet, but for sure we'll keep deep diving and exploring what's best for the community.
Thanks, Tin. So Chiki is asking, are there any plans for an MMO or open world game?
Uh, hmm. I I love MMOs. I love like MMOs. I love World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, and I would love to have a Cypherian version of that. But whether it's possible or not, I don't know. I really want to explore later on when we have the first
Mm-hmm.
game out. I don't want to distract the team, but you know, I think if you have the community and you have the support and if we can raise the funding, then I don't see why we shouldn't try. But yeah, I would love to have that vision come to reality if possible. Yeah.
Thanks, Tin. So next question, also from Chiki, any plans for staking game currency?
So when we plan to have the due tokens release sometimes early next year when the game is launched. Um, and after a while when the game is you know sort of like in good sort of say in on a good roll, then we'll work on the staking side of things. Staking is a bit
Mm.
tricky. Staking is a bit tricky because you're sort of um, encouraging people to sort of not use these tokens but just keep it you know in a pool. So
Yeah.
I'm not so sure but for sure there'll be a DEX or some kind of like liquidity pool where you can, if you have liquidity, you can provide it and earn a fee. So that's also making your tokens productive, right? But yeah, I think staking, we have to be very careful with the economic of it, and we're studying that.
Okay, great. Thanks, Din. Next question is from Kin Zoku Okami. Is Neko holder will also be able to access the alpha or beta of the game, or is it only for Inu holders?
It'll be in order, right? So Inu holders first. If we collect like who wants to play, and then after that we got them settle, and then Neko holders, and then so on.
I see. Thank you. Next question is from Don Pute. I think this is quite an important question. In how many languages will Cipher be released, since this will be a very important for global success?
Great question. The question is as many as our community needs. If we have a big, Philippines community, for sure. If we have a big Indonesian community, for sure. We'll work hard on it. So, if you think your language, if you think you have a big community and it shows on Discord and, in the interest, then we'll have to plan for it. But first, we apologize. It will be in English first because it's like the most universal language. So I think with a game like Cipher, there won't be much text anyway. So I'm sure most of our community here who are quite familiar with Discord and NFT are well versed in English. So I hope it's acceptable in the first few months.
Thanks, Tin. So, of course, community members, if you guys feel that you guys really need your language in Cypher Game, please do go to feedback and support and just put that in. And of course, community members, please go and vote. We'll get that to the dev team as soon as possible, Yatin.
Yep.
Next question is from Gabby Mokabia. Is the world fully playable with just one race, or are there Neko only, Buru only levels or dungeons?
So the dungeon game is intentionally to be fully playable with just one sub race. So
Okay.
you can have one character, and if you're really good at it, you can just, of course, it's a co-op game, right? So you need friends as well. You can really play. You can just have one paladin, like, or one knight or one sorceress, and you can just play. You don't need uh, many. But the good point of having many is because then you can choose the right combination, right? Like sometimes you don't have the right makeup, and not having the right
Mhm.
makeup puts you at a disadvantage in certain dungeons, right? It's a typical, like tanker support damage dealer type, right? So if everybody is a tanker or everybody is like a damage dealer, then of course you can still play, but it's just going to be harder. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Tin. So next question is from Memnock, right? So we are all social creatures. Every successful game will need to have a softer side as well. Will there be a romance element in the Cypher universe? So can Neko or Inu fall in love?
No promises there. Where I mean, I'm working on the on the world building, and romance is something I'm very conscious of. But for now, yeah, no promises there. Sorry.
Thanks, Din. So next question is from Wild Spark. A dwindling rewards pool is often the bane of many play to earn games, especially when they get a surge of players, right? So how do you plan on keeping the rewards pool healthy enough to be sustainable regardless of the player count?
It's a great question. I think this is the questions that plague or is very important for all games, not just blockchain gaming, because when you have like a deflationary or inflationary problem, then your game economy gets screwed. So for us, it's about like a lot of scenario planning, modeling, making sure that the resources tab and the resource sinks are in balance or as balanced as possible, and that we as the so-called the game architects have certain ways to make sure that we don't sort of like overspend or underspend certain resources. um, it's very hard to explain without getting to the complexity of it, but essentially you have to map out and forecast the supply and demand curve of all in-game resources, and then try to account for that, as early as possible, and have ways to sort of like nudge those supply and demand curves so that it becomes a stable economy, kind of like what the Fed is doing with the economy, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Okay, great. Thanks. Next question is from Sally Jack. Will Cypher aim to be SEC compliant in terms of being labeled as a commodity, or will it consider itself a security?
So first and foremost, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever I say here is not like by law. But as a founder and as a as a company owner, I want to make sure that Cypher is as legally compliant as possible, no matter where we are. As long as we are like whichever we operate in, we want to be compliant there. Um,
Uh-huh.
and as you know, with crypto regulation, this changes like every day or like every week. So
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
it's still very new and very early, and we have all the best lawyers from Singapore and US to like our legal counsels are the best there is, and we'll make sure that we're compliant.
Great. That's great news. Thanks, Tin. Next question. Can you explain more details about how we will get to monetize our ciphers in game besides the cloning part, which we can sell it?
Yeah, so a few ways. So cloning is definitely one of the way. Playing the game and earning, making, harvesting stuff in game. Like you can,
Mm-hmm.
if you beat certain creatures, bosses. There's loots, right? Loots and rewards. So these loots and rewards can be used to craft like items, or you can just trade those rewards, or you can craft them and trade them. So yeah, so that's the game economy that is fully in the hands of our players, and you can definitely earn from that. So the skilled player can definitely earn more loot, and then they can earn more.
Thank you, Tin. So next question also is the spaceship made specialized only for Inu, or will each race have a modified and a different one?
Yeah. So each race. So first and foremost, the spaceship is a traveling device for your characters. So you would have it for all races because they all need to travel. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but there will definitely be some limited editions only for Inus and only for Neko, for example. So there'll be certain skin that are like only Inu specific. So if you have an Inu, you have a chance to mint that, and when you put that on your spaceship, it looks super cool, and you know that's an Inu skin, right? Same thing
Okay.
with the something with the Neko and so on.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tin. Next question is from Aries, right? Um, Question is, when is the first game teasers and beta testing release? Is there any estimated time?
Soon.
Okay, next question as well. Aries as well. Team said there'll be a sneak peek to all races in September in his roadmap, but how come
Yeah.
you guys are not following roadmap now? Can you explain that to the community? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the roadmap is in flux, right? You know, we're in crypto and we're a gaming company. There's a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces. So we try to stick as close to the roadmap as possible, but it's not always achievable. However, with the four races, we actually, Crypt, you know this, we have the four races already. But
Yeah.
I think it's just like the Necos have a special place in my heart, and
Mm.
I really want all eyes on her for now. So as much as the Buru and the Tori are looking fantastic, I don't want to distract everyone from our Nekos because like she's awesome, right? Don't you think? So I think
Yeah.
yeah. So I apologize, but once Neko is released, then sure I can show you the other races. But for now, let's focus on our beautiful cats.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've seen all four races, right, so far, and yeah, I love the Neko as well, and actually, I love the Tori also. Like, I don't know why,
Uh-huh.
it's just they look kind of swag, without revealing too much, of course. But yeah. Next thing, of course, Tin, actually, further to elaborate on that, so overall, we are going to have some roadmap changes. Is that correct?
Yeah, so updates, right? We'll shift a
Mm-hmm.
few priorities around. Just like how you saw, we are adding some new stuff for the community. We're launching a few new initiative. We're minting the Neko end of this month. So yeah, so there's a few shuffling around of the roadmap, but the overall big milestones are still pretty much there.
Mm-hmm.
And our most important thing is still the game that we're actively every day working on.
Great, thanks, Tin. So, to further elaborate on that, will the website be revamped anytime? Is there an estimated date for that, for the
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
website to be up?
Yeah. So two things, right? So the you see in the upcoming, I would say in a week, maybe more, a
Mm-hmm.
bit more, you would see the revamped Cipher Web 2.0, right? It's gonna look good. It's gonna be fully about Nekos and positioning Cipher as a true game, NFT game company. And then on that website also we'll have some updated materials on the Neko, the mint mechanic, and so on. And then
Mm-hmm.
with the atlas, we are also making some changes to the atlas, which Crip, and you're gonna make some announcement, right?
Yep.
So
Mm.
people will have a new place to find all the updates and all the truths about Cipher there.
Great. Thanks, Tin. So, next question is from Pikia Kelov. Will the timing of holding our avatars matter in the end? Like, for example, taking snapshot to see who will hold for a really long time for their avatars. Will it matter?
Yes, it will. Regarding, well, like how it matters, I cannot tell you, but it will matter. Yeah.
Thanks, Tin. So yeah, I also know that it matters, lah, right? But we cannot release the full details. But of course, if you're holding more and you're holding longer, it would matter more. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, Actually, that's all the questions we can handle for now. Yeah, since you need to leave for a meeting now.
Yeah, I do. I do need to live in like about 10 minutes, so I can still do a bit more if you have others. But yeah, in about 10 minutes, sharp. I gotta go. I gotta leave. Yeah.
Okay, Ken. Next question is from Touche. Will you release a mobile version of the game?
Yeah, we'll have a mobile version, but our first priority is the PC version, and then the mobile one will come later.
Okay, great. Next question is from Don Gabriel. Where do you see Inu values going? Some investors look an eye on NFT value growth.
Again, like what I say, it's not financial advice, right?
Yeah.
So I really ask all of you to do your research and just look at the fundamentals of the project, right? If you think the fundamental is good, if you think that this is a long term, how do you say it, productive asset, like what Gabby YGG said, then please, we would love to welcome you. But if you're looking for a quick, 2x, 3x, 5x opportunity, then this may or may not be the opportunity for you.
Thanks, Tin. So next question is from Pauyo Aguman. What is your favorite race?
Ooh. Um, they're all my children, so um,
You can't have a favorite child, right? But
yeah,
I don't know.
you cannot have a favorite child. Sorry, guys, I cannot answer that one.
Okay. Crypto Mama is asking why the team changed cosmic possibility to be cloned from 5% to 1%. Is there any cloning related changes coming up?
Yeah. So if you read that far, you probably read that section that is about the mechanics of cloning, and we have a important note that is subjected to a lot of revision and calculation, right? So this bring me back to the question earlier about inflation and deflation of resources, and cloning is one of the way to inflate resources for sure, right? Because you can clone new characters, like you can have like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of characters flooding the market. So we will be very, very pragmatic and careful about how we adjust the chance and the rate of cloning to ensure that there's a healthy balance of characters and healthy rewards of certain rare characters. But yeah, it's definitely subjected to a lot of study and research and modeling. And then when the game launch, there's a lot of testing because you can never know how the market will function, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna keep those how to say elements in flux. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then thank you. So I think we have covered most of the important questions, right? So
Hmm.
any other questions we haven't answered or we see that it's too long, we will answer in the channel itself. Yeah, sorry guys. So don't worry about it.
Fantastic. Hmm.
Next thing is, of course, let's go back to the people who weren't here at the start, right? Of course, there was of course a 200 ETH buy-in, and recently there were a lot of Inus purchased in the Cypherian search. Is there any closing remarks? And of course, is there anything you would like to say in closing to our new members in the community before you leave for your meeting?
Yeah. So first and foremost, I'm super happy to see that that Cipher is finally getting some attention I think our community deserve. I think it shows the strength of our community, and it shows that all the initial supporters, long-term holders are finally getting rewarded in a sense. And it just show that we have more exciting things coming. That's why the big investors, the guilds are coming in and are buying, investing into Cipher. um, One word that I have for our community is that be be very careful, in a sense that don't FOMO buy, don't make don't make trades that you are not comfortable with, having a loss or having a bit like less liquidity on that investment. It's still very early stage, and Cipher is a long game. It's a game. There's a long roadmap ahead. So pace yourself. Invest responsibly, because we don't want you to be burned out. We want you to be around for a long time. We want you to meet you in real life events. So that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Thanks, Tin. So, thank you, everyone, for attending this wonderful AMA. Thank you all for your time, right? Next thing is, of course, for people who are asking about the minting mechanics, there will be drastic changes to the minting mechanics. So, do not assume anything. Wait out for an announcement, which will be coming up on the 15th of October, right? So, we will elaborate more on the Guild Master Program minting, the whitelisting minting, and also the public minting and how it will work, right? So thank you everyone again. Thanks, Tin, for your time. Good luck in your meeting. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank everyone. Have a great night. Bye bye.
Good day, good night. Thank you.